So, just to narrate to you guys how I experienced 504. Basically, those carburetor engine for 504 and the 505 for the first time with CNG. I know there was a time it was promoted. I'm talking of many years ago, during military regime time. I can't remember who was the president, the military president that was ruling the country at that time, but there was a time they tried to promote it. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it could be the CNG, APG, CNG, whichever one, but it was something like that. So, but I didn't see one flesh until today, which is 16th of August 2025. Okay, let me sit down. I've been standing since morning, doing some work. So, I drove to, what's it called? What's the name of this station? AP. This AP at Zone 1, Wuse, here in Abuja. So, I drove to that place. There was one oil I wanted to go and check out, which I will do a separate video on, not on this one. So just to check the availability of that engine oil there and the price, so which I've confirmed. But when I now look at the other side, that's filling station, AP, which is now NNPC. It used to be Wando. It used to be Wando filling station, but now it's changed to NNPC. You know, there are two filling stations facing each other. So the other side was the NNPC. So I saw long queue. So immediately I saw the queue, of course, what crossed my mind was CNG. You know, it has to be, because there's no fuel scarcity. So why would there be that kind of queue? I know some people do queue up on MRS, filling station and all that, but the kind of queue I saw there was beyond MRS. So I was okay, let me walk over there. No, intentionally it wasn't let me walk over there, but I was like, oh, let me look around. Do I need to make a content of the situation or not? Content, I mean, you know, do a video content. As I was thinking that, all of a sudden I spotted one car, a 504 station wagon. I was like, what is the car doing on that queue? You know, man, this camcorder is very heavy. So I was like, what is this car doing on that queue? And let me get closer. Maybe it's not even CNG. Maybe it's MRS. No, that's fuel that people, that same fuel quality people buy from MRS fuel stations. So maybe NNPC now has it. So I walked over there, and yeah, it was. I met somebody was there on the car. So I greeted the person. I was like, hey, what's going on here? What's this queue for? This long queue of vehicles. Is it for CNG? He said yes. I said, okay, oh, wow, interesting. Are you saying that this car, this is your car? He said yes. I said, are you saying this car also uses CNG? I don't know, maybe he took it that I was trying to insult him or trying to make mockery of him or make mockery of the car that, oh, an old car like this, can he use a CNG? You know, but you didn't even understand where I was coming from. I was like, no, so this car, are you saying, see, since you're on a queue, CNG queue, I'm saying that this car actually has a CNG. He said, no, the car uses water. He was saying it in like an angry tone, like the car uses water. I was like, no, see, and I would show him my car key. Luckily, you know, I'm sitting in my 505 ST. I was like, see, this is my own classic car. I didn't use the word classic. I said, this is my 505. That's it on the other free station, opposite where we were standing. So I'm not here for a joke or you know, like other people who probably might not be serious. I have the same, almost the same car you have. So I'm trying to understand, does your car use CNG? Because since you are on this thing queue, I want to assume. He said it another time. He said it like second time. No, the car uses water. I didn't want to take offense, I was like, come on, yeah. These days, I try not to get people, push the other side of me out. Because, to me, these days, it's even unnecessary. I can as well simply walk away. But I persisted. See, again, that's my car there. Even though you couldn't see it from there. Does this car use CNG? Eventually, I said yes. I was like, wow. I've heard about it, even though I know it can be done, but I was kind of, I want to see what it looks like, just, it was like, yeah, yes, CNG, but let me go and see your own first. I said, mine has carburetor, which your own currently also, I believe, has. It's just that if you are saying it has CNG, then it was converted or to work with carburetor. So I was like, okay, fine. If you want to go, see yours, let me see this thing. I was like, trying to, the favor I was asking was so much. Well done, yeah, good evening. Dog. So I was like trying to ask for a favor. I was like, man. Eventually, yeah, because even the bonnet was actually not halfway open, it wasn't jammed. So I was like, okay, before we go and show you mine, let me just see your engine bay. That's all. He now opened it. From the way he opened it, he didn't hang it. When you open it, you can put that stand so that it can stay open. So I see that it's not for me to even ask for permission. Oh, let me do a video. Forget it. It will make it worse. So I was like, and I took a picture. I didn't even ask for that permission. I just got out my phone, took a picture of it. It couldn't cover everything. Even some of the components, I actually wanted to see what they actually, because that's what I wanted to see, what they actually look like, how different. Because I've seen the one on Golf 3. So I wanted to confirm, is it exactly that type they put on Golf 3, which eventually, from what I saw today, they are not the same? Or is the one for this engine, carburetor engine, different? So, eventually, he opened up, like I said, I took a picture of it, and he dropped back the bonnet. I was like, okay, fine, let me go. Maybe he thought, he didn't take me serious that I actually own one. He thought I was joking, or that I lied. Imagine if, so in other words, if I had not driven this car to that place, to that station, to make the inquiry I wanted to make, and in the process now saw this 505, there's no way that allowed me to continue or to keep talking to me, So what actually even gave me, because I told him, oh, mine was there. If I am able to claim that, oh, I also have one, but I didn't come with it, he probably would have ended the whole conversation without allowing me to even see the bonnet, what is under the bonnet. I said, okay, fine. I walked over. We saw mine. When he now saw my eye, he now became jovial, opened the, wow, so you have this kind of car, this one looks so new, this and that. Open the bonnet for it. Even him, immediately I opened my bonnet, he said, no, where is the stand? I want it to stay open. Left it open, started looking, started checking, started asking questions. In fact, my bonnet was open, he would be in front of my car. Both of us were there for close to 5 minutes or thereabouts, a little bit more. Asking this, how is this carburetor? Because he now saw that mine, because his was single barrel carburetor, as you can see on this video thumbnail. I'll actually post it on the community post as well on this channel, so I can take time and go and look at the picture. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I would have wanted to do a video. Video will be able to take it everywhere, see every side of the conversion, components there, the way they arrange all those CNG parts. So basically, while we were there, we now, by the time he asked me all the questions, I now started asking him to, okay, what's the experience so far? You know, I started saying, oh yeah, he did this conversion close to 2 years. I don't know whether he did it before Nigeria started as this new government came in, or immediately they came in. When was it? Was it last year or 2 years ago? Can't even remember. I haven't followed Nigerian politics. So he said it's almost close to 2 years that he did this CNG conversion, and he's been enjoying the thing. That's what he said. So he's been enjoying it, and he didn't say. Yeah, he said no issue, as in nothing to complain about compared to some other people. Because he now has a CNG in the vehicle, so he now has he communicates more with people that use CNG than others. What I mean is, he has access to them than those of us without CNG, because each time he has to go and get CNG, there is always a queue. So they all, before we even trek to where I park my car, because there was a queue, very long queue. In fact, I don't think they started selling at that time. They've not allowed, the queue was outside the station, so they've not started allowing people to bring in their cars for the CNG fill up. Because of that, they now gathered at the entrance of the station. People that came to buy, there were maybe like 20 or more of them, discussing. So they have access to talk among themselves, listen to the issues they experience, how they solve them, stuff like that. He said, but he's nothing like that. I said, okay, that's good for you. Good to hear. So he now was like, hey, that he will recommend I do it. I said, okay, fine. Even though that was not my intention, to go and find out whether I should do it or not. No, I'm just doing all this thing for you guys. So he also kept on, say, oh, in fact, he said, he said, I would like to see your boot. I opened my boot. He said, I didn't know that 505, the boot could be this big. Because, 505 boot is very big. Why? He said, I don't know it's very big like that. In fact, what you need, if I were you, put 2 cylinders when you do that conversion. Don't use one, because what that will now entail is, instead of going often to go and refill the cylinder, with the CNG, with the 2 cylinders, you don't need to now. It take longer time for you to go, so I won't have to be queuing up like other people that buy those small cylinders. That I have enough space in my boot, for that. He was so excited. I was, eventually when he now saw my own car, he became very jovial. This and that. We started talking. To cut it short, eventually he gave me a number. He said he did the conversion somewhere. For those that live in Abuja, somewhere at this Kubwa Expressway. No, not Kubwa. Lugbe Expressway. That road that connects Lugbe to Abuja City. So that's where he did it, NIPCO. So he said he did the conversion there at NIPCO station there, along that road. That's on the other side of the expressway if you are coming to the city from Lugbe. So he said that, if I gave me a number, I don't think I'll put the number on the video description, because it could be someone's personal number, even though it's a staff there. So he said it was the person that probably did the conversion for him. And of course, if you go there, even if he's the only person that does conversion for other cars like 504 or cars with carburettor engines, they will still connect you with him. I spoke with the person, called, and well done. So we spoke. He said, okay, fine, that they do such conversion, but I'll have to bring the car for them to see it first. Because I told him, I've seen the one you did, which was on single barrel carburetor. Mine is double barrel. So do you also do that? I said, yes, but however, they would like to see it. So I can understand, because double barrel carburetors come in various shapes. So you can't really expect him to know that maybe they have done it once on a car with double barrel. It doesn't necessarily mean that my own double barrel will match their components, because the shapes and sizes are not the same. Okay, so eventually we parted ways anyway. So of course you would have said, oh, since you guys became friendly, you should have gone back and do video. There was no point, you know. I just, you know, left it like that. So the picture I got, to be honest, was not enough. I would have wanted to see not just the engine bay, even the boot, so you can see the cylinder, see the interior, maybe the switch where you power it on. I don't know. So he was very you know, he if you talk to him, you be surprised that you may rush and go and do the conversion. He promotes it very well, so he's very happy about it. Saying no, it's a good thing, no problem. You know, as far as his own car, but he mentioned it that you have to. If you are using all this fuel injection system on modern cars, most of them do complain of one issue or the others when they do the CNG, or issues that had to do with CNG conversion they did. So, but his hadn't experienced any of those issues. You know, so that was from him, not me. Now, something else he mentioned that you know, kind of downside to do a convert this 505 or 504 to CNG. He said since that I will have to go and increase the height of the rear of my car if I want to use it. So I said, especially since he will recommend I put 2 cylinders, that I will have to go and increase the height. In other words, adjust the suspension, put something to raise the rear of the car higher. I was asking why. He said because CNG is heavier than fuel. That's petrol that we normally have in our cars, fuel injection cars. So he said petrol, CNG is heavier. So if you put that 2 tank, it's going to drop the car much lower. So you will have to go and adjust, put whatever I have to put to make the car, you know, let's assume this is the level. This is the front end, this is the back end. So you have to raise it up like this a little. So when you now put 2 cylinders, it will drop it down, maybe bring it down to lower side, to level. You know, I don't know. He said, that's okay, fine, I've had you. Like I said, that was not, I don't have interest in that. But so, at the point, he said, or you change your tires. You put higher profile tires that is taller than the current one on your car. If not for anything, at least the one on the rear seat. So, in other words, that actually means CNGs, people that have CNGs, so it means they are actually heavier. So even though you see buy petrol, so buying CNG will now add additional weight to the car. So something new I've had, unless you guys know more than him, maybe that he is wrong. Hey, correct. Like I said, he's not correcting me. That's what he said. So I'm just reporting this thing. So he said you have to do that. He didn't say whether he did it on his. He didn't say whether he has only one cylinder for the CNG in his own car. Because remember, his own is it station wagon in the estate? I didn't check the number of seats. But I know it's you know, that wagon shape. And it's I have not actually looked at that picture again, but I believe it's 2.0 liter engine. I just, you know, this kind of thing, it was not, in fact, it was as if when I even took the picture, I wasn't even happy, but I didn't comment. So I immediately opened it, I saw that it was like, have you seen it? Then as it was about to close us, he didn't like rush to close it, but he was like, so you've seen it now. So immediately he said, I put my phone, click it. I was like, okay, fine, I'm done. So I should have done video, but you know, it is what it is. So I didn't ask him all these questions, whether he has 2 tanks, whether he. But I know I saw single barrel carburetor, and the design was different from what I was expecting. You know, the kit I could be able to see immediately. The CNG kit I could see immediately on the engine because it was different. Even the carburetor, they have a different. You will see it on the picture. So. That's my update on that. So if you have a 504 or any carburetor engine car, now you know you can do CNG if you are interested. I don't know the price, I didn't ask. So Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.